Mm. How y'all doing? I know I've been gone for a little minute. Life be lifing. But I'm back. Anyway, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Kiara, and I am back with another video. And as you can tell by the title of this video, this will be a movie review. I have a love-hate relationship with movie reviews, just like I do with vlogs, because it takes a lot of time, a lot of editing. But we're gonna get into it. This is very late, but we're gonna get into it anyway. I am going to be reviewing Weapons. It is a movie that has been the talk of the town. You know what I'm saying? The the trailer was crazy. Like the promotion was even crazier, but went to the movies, watched it. It was so dark. Like most of the movie was so dark, and I don't like dark movies, but I got into it. It kind of added to that factor. So, spoiler. You know that. Spoilers. This gonna be a spoiler review. I'm gonna try to keep it as concise as I can because it's a lot of moving pieces. I ain't gonna be able to say it all. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm probably not even gonna stay in order. But the whole overall plot of the movie is about a town where 17 kids go missing. Just one random night, all 17 kids go missing, and nobody knows where them kids went. So it starts off with that. The kids take off in the middle of the night into the darkness doing the Naruto run. Y'all know the run. And then all but one of the children are missing from class the next morning. Everybody think the teacher got something to do with it, like because that's her class. But at the end of the day, if that was her class, wouldn't all the kids be gone and just you know and you know only 17 and not the full 18? So the movie goes in POVs. We're gonna start with the teacher's POV. Her name is Justine in the movie. She is just getting, like, people are yelling at her, accusing her of kidnapping the kids, like a whole thing. They want to fire her, send her to jail, all these things. She goes home and drinks and drinks. She's an alcoholic, basically. She goes home, she drinks. She's getting, like, I don't know what's going on. She met up with a former friend of hers who is a cop named Paul. She invites Paul out to get her mind off the whole thing. She ends up getting him drunk. Mind you, Paul is engaged to be married or married. I think they married. They married. She ends up cheating with Paul, gets him to drink. Then after that, Paul's wife finds her in the store and gets to putting the paws on her. That was one. Simple. Oh, and then one night she goes out to see witch written on her car in red paint. Because they think she did something with the kids, which is ironic. Next POV was, I think, Archer. Archer was the father of one of the kids who went missing. He is a contractor. He's messing up at his job because he's worried about his son. But in reality, him and his son never had a close relationship because of his work. And now that his son is missing, now he wants to see what happened to his son. Now he's feeling guilty because he never spent time with his son. La-di-da-di-da. Right? He goes around to different people's houses trying to check their cameras to see if what happened to his son happened to their kids as well. He has a dream about where his kid may have went. He's looking at maps. He's looking for people. He's doing the research. And he got so mad at Justine, the teacher, that he uses paint from one of his projects because he got the wrong color paint. So he took the wrong color paint back and he painted witch on her car because he's mad at her and he thinks she got something to do with the disappearance of his son. That's one. So when he goes to confront Justine, we see a crazy man who turns out to be Marcus, the principal of the elementary school that the kids went missing from. He's running up, eyes bulging, face bloody, like a whole thing. And then that's when it shoots to another POV, which is of Paul, Justine's boy toy that she got drunk with and cheated with, right? He's a cop. He's trying to see what's going on with the case. He ends up running into this druggie named James. Chases James around the neighborhood, finally catches up to him. He was searching James' pocket. He asked James, is there anything in your pockets that could poke me, stick me, whatever the case? James says no, but I think James was high. And then Paul ends up sticking his finger on a needle that was in James' pocket. Paul sucker punches him. He kind of wrapped around it, knocked him up against his temple, knocked him out. Paul realized that the camera was still recording, so he took the recording off. And now he has to act like that didn't happen. He has to, that's when he meets up that night. That's when he meets up with Justine because his fingers wrapped up because he stuck himself with, the needle. Ends up getting drunk. Paul is in Alcoholics Anonymous, so he just broke his streak. He got drunk with Justine. He slept with Justine. He woke up going back to his house. He didn't expect his wife to be home early because his wife was out doing whatever. She realizes something went on because she's home. He ain't home where he at. And when she asked him, like, where was you at? He couldn't answer. So that's where it wraps back around to, remember Justine got beat up in the liquor store? That was Paul's wife. Right? So boom. Paul is going through it. He ends up finding James again. James is minding his business. I ain't even gonna hold you. James is minding his business. So Paul chases James down the street, and this time he remembers to unplug the camera because he want to take some frustration out on James. Next POV is, I think, Marcus. It's between Marcus and James, but we're going to pick Marcus. Marcus is the principal of... Oh, let me backtrack to Justine real quick. Justine was trying to figure out what was going on with the kids to the point where she was stalking the only kid that was coming to school. The boy was like, leave me alone, stop following me. So she ended up camping out the little boy's house. She drunk. Mind you, old girl is drunk. She got a 64-ounce styrofoam cup from the corner store full of liquor. She ended up getting so drunk, she passed out. And then she ended up getting nosy one day and went to the boy's house. All the windows was, got newspaper in front of it. She looked through a slit and she see Alex's parents sitting there like mummified, like in a daze, right? And then that night she got drunk and camped out in front of the house. The mesmerized, hypnotized mom comes out to the car, opens the back door, and cuts a piece of Justine's hair off. And then that's when it goes to, I think I said Archer. Back to Marcus. Marcus is trying to tell Justine, leave that boy alone. Quit stalking him. Then he meets with Alex's aunt. The little boy's name is Alex, the only one that's been coming to class. He meets up with Alex's aunt, Gladys. She looks like Ronald McDonald if he had a perm and a micro bang. So he was basically telling Gladys that, like, we hope that Alex is okay. Like, we know it's a lot going on, this, that, and the third. And I think he had brought up talking to the police or CPS or something like that because of the situation with Alex or whatever. Okay, Marcus is gay. He's having dinner with his husband. They will have matching, everything. And Gladys comes to Marcus's house talking about she ain't got no car. She walked all the way. I knew she was lying because why is you coming to my house of all houses? Like, she comes in. She asked Marcus, you know what I'm saying, "Hey, you didn't call the police, have you?" He was like, "No. But I mean, if I got to, I will." And so she ends up doing a spell. She cuts her hand on this stick, rubs her blood on this stick, wraps something of Marcus's, one of his ribbons, wraps one of Marcus's ribbons around the stick, the bloody stick, and she breaks it, and it causes Marcus to attack his boyfriend, bit his face off. And then she wrapped Justine's hair from when she got her hair clipped by, and then she broke it. And now Marcus is on the hunt for Justine, and he knew exactly where to go. It was like a heat-seeking missile. Found her. He was not coming off of her. This is a scene where Justine and Archer were at the gas station, and Archer was getting into it with Justine because he feels like Justine had something to do with the disappearance of these kids. But in the midst of all that going on, Justine sees Marcus in the distance. Marcus coming full speed ahead. Archer tries to stop Marcus, but Marcus is on a mission. He ain't got no other mission than to take down Justine. Archer holds Marcus off long enough for Justine to get in her car and get on up out of there. Marcus is following Justine's car on foot, but he ends up getting smushed by a car that was coming the opposite direction. His brains is all over the place, so he ain't chasing nothing no more. Boom. Right? That's Justine. That's Archer. Marcus story done. Marcus story is over. Then we get to Alex. Is it Alex? James. It was James. James, the druggie. James done got sucker punched. James, he be stealing out of cars. He be pawning stuff. He ends up coming to Alex's house, broke in, stealing silverware and this and that. He ain't noticing the condition of his house. Like, one thing about somebody who trying to get what they get, they ain't worried about what's going on behind them. They just worried about getting to the bag, no matter how any way it go. So James ends up stealing a lot of stuff, trying to pawn it. He ends up spotting. Actually, Paul ends up spotting James. So now James on the run, this and that. And James was running from Paul that second time when he unplugged the camera. And he went off through the woods. He ended up seeing Gladys, but he didn't know Gladys at the time. Gladys was just in his head at that point. He hides in his tent in the woods. He thinks it's Gladys. He ends up being Paul. James stabs Paul in the face with 3 more of his dirty needles. Paul puts James in the back of the cruiser because he finna take him downtown. Paul just got an issue with James. I don't know what's going on, but Paul and James just don't get along. James tells Paul, "I know where the missing kids is at." Paul was like, "Take me to him." He takes him to Alex's house. Paul go in. He don't come out for hours. Paul come out now. He under Gladys' spell. I think Gladys is a witch, by the way. Paul's under Gladys' spell. Paul come out and drag James in that house. And now James is a puppet as well. Now we get to Alex, the only baby left in this class. Alex's story starts with his dad telling him that his Aunt Gladys is coming to see him, to stay with them for a little while. Why? Them? Don't know. Let them tell it. They ain't heard from that woman in 15 years. How? Ain't no way my auntie ain't heard from in 15 years from to come to my house. Nope. When she first gets there, she all weak and stuff. Then a couple of nights after she's done her spell on the mom and dad, she gets a little life back. She's walking now. Gladys basically told Alex, "If you tell anybody about what I'm doing, I will make your parents hurt themselves and maybe even hurt you." So Gladys starts getting weak again because she thought she could just, use the souls of the parents to, be young or whatever. So Gladys was like, "Give me something from all your classmates and I might let you go." So he ends up taking name tags from the kids' cubbies at school, give them to her. She do her magic, whatever, whatever, whatever. And at 2:17 in the morning, I'm talking too much. At 2:17 in the morning, she do her magic. And when she do that last piece of whatever she had to do, all the kids from all the houses come barging into Alex's house. Boom, 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 boom. Now they under her spell. She keep them in the basement. But when the police came, she hid them in the outhouse because they don't check that. Now, Alex is taking care of his parents and them 17 kids in that basement. He's feeding them Campbell's chicken noodle soup every day. Now we get to Justine and Archer finally seeing what's going on at that house. They go in, they see hypnotized Paul and James. It was a salt line in front of them. Once they broke that salt line, it was game over. They coming for you. So they fighting all over the house, whatever the case may be. Justine ends up shooting Paul because he wasn't getting off of her. Archer, I don't know what he did to James. I forgot what he did to James, but James stopped chasing him eventually. Then Archer goes down to the basement, sees all the kids. He looking for his son. And he ends up finding Gladys, and Gladys attacks him and puts him under her spell as well. Now it's just Justine and Alex. Gladys told Alex, "Don't you cross this salt line." He did it anyway because he's a curious kid. His mom and his dad comfort him. He hid in the bathroom. It's giving here's Johnny from The Shining, his mommy. And then Alex finds a way to do the magic. He done seen her do that. He done seen Gladys do that magic stuff too many times. He gets some blood off his hand. He rubs it on the stick. He wraps a piece of Gladys's hair around the stick. Crack it. Now all the kids is coming for Gladys. Gladys run through the neighborhood. She going through backyards. She coming through patios. She running for her life. Kids end up catching up to tearing her limb from limb. But once they got her brain out, all the kids was from under her spell. Mind you, these kids was in a daze for like a month or two. So their brain is probably fried eggs. So Archer ends up finding his son and taking his son back home. Alex just hugs his parents because they there, but they not there, if that makes sense. And at the end, a little girl narrator says, even some of them have started back talking again. The kids that was under the spell. We don't know if they meant like literally back talking or talking about their situation. But yeah, that was it. It was very scary, very funny, very frustrating, all of the above. And I gotta end this because I've been doing too much talking. But yeah, y'all, that was Weapons. I give it a 7. No, I give it an 8. I give it 8 stars out of 10 because it kept me on my toes the whole way through. If y'all haven't watched Weapons, go watch Weapons. Whether you bootleg it, stream it to the movies, whatever you want to do, go watch it because it's really good. And if y'all like this video, I did not say my intro. If y'all like this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. Because I know y'all want to support your girl. And like I always say, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.